And so we begin this video. A little bit of snow left on this mound in front of this Boom City fireworks stand that sits beside US 61. Guess where we're standing right now? Not only are we standing, but Big John is standing on the state line. Tennessee, Mississippi. Memphis is right here. You ever hear of Big John's grocery stores? Well, this John, used to stand in front of one of those. Big John supermarkets. The first time I saw a Big John roadside giant was at an old Big John supermarket in Cape Coral, Florida. He's still standing, although Big John supermarket is, I don't think it's a thing anymore. The second time I saw a Big John, Metropolis, Illinois. They've got a Big John statue just outside of town. He's pretty cool, huh? He's wearing khakis. He's got a polo shirt and he's wearing khakis. Boom City Fireworks does not look to be open. I think they own Big John. Thank you very much. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. Wow, I'm all zoomed in here. This is crazy. Hold on, wait a minute. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if it's your first time. I am Tampa J. Thanks for clicking on the video. I am exiting Memphis, Tennessee, heading into Mississippi. I am taking the back roads through North Mississippi today, and I will be filming stuff along the way. It's a roadside adventure. Who knows what we will find? I love this. Who knows? That's gonna be the video. Thank you for always watching, guys. Let's get at it. Let's explore together. There's much ahead. The temperature is currently 28 degrees, but that sun, it's bright and it's warm. This snow is melting up. Last week, there was a lot of snow in these parts. Most of it's gone now. And now we come to this abandoned bank. Now, I'm stopping here. It's kind of a coincidence that this place is abandoned. It's really cool. We'll take a look. But right here, we are on the edge of this property in Lake Horn, Mississippi, just a few miles south of Memphis. There's a historic sign out here. This is so cool. This ties in with yesterday's video. Elvis Presley's Circle G Ranch. Check this out. It's right behind me. This property out here. It says that this 154-acre ranch was owned by Elvis Presley, who bought the property in February 1967. Although Elvis called it the Circle G, the official name of the ranch was the Flying Circle G. In May 1967, Elvis married Priscilla, and they spent much of their honeymoon here, where they had some privacy from fans. The Presleys entertained family and friends at the ranch, and he used it as a retreat to focus on his personal life and career. He sold the ranch in December 1972. The property is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. And pretty neat how that sign is just right there before the intersection. You got a church on the other side. I wonder how many years ago this bank was operating. I don't think it was here during the time that Elvis owned all this property. I think maybe one of the original houses that Elvis and Priscilla stayed in on their honeymoon might still be on this ranch. It could be this one right here. And it is. This is the home that Elvis and Priscilla spent their honeymoon. It's just sitting here abandoned. Oh my gosh, this is it. I looked it up. Over there's the bank, just to put things into perspective. Wow. So yeah, 1967, and Elvis would come out here, as the sign would say, for a retreat to get away. I mean, he's only 20 minutes from Graceland here. All right. Wow, that's so cool. Just sitting here. Now, there's a private property sign, a gate over here to the rest of the ranch. I won't go too further into the property, but this is an amazing piece of history just standing here. It's cool that it's still here. You got some of the old farm fence down here. You got the gate. Just imagine Elvis riding horseback out on this 154-acre ranch. I was looking on the map. It's still intact. There's a lot of old stuff back there. Whoever owns this, they've got one heck of a piece of treasure. Imagine owning Elvis's former ranch and retreat and his honeymoon house. Priscilla Presley. I'm sure we can find some old pictures of Elvis in front of this house. Looked like there used to be a gate right here. There's an entrance. There's also old shack back there. Old shed with a door. And I'm over here in the bank parking lot. At one time there used to be a fence, but you could just walk right into the backyard. Yeah, this thing has seen better days for sure. It's starting to fall in there on the backside. So cool. The honeymoon home and ranch of Elvis Presley. This bank had two windows. Two windows on both back corners. Never seen that before. All right, welcome to Hernando, Mississippi. Now, normally these polar bears, they would look a little out of place, but not right now in the winter. Welcome to Happy Days Dairy Bar. Check out this roadside diner. I stopped here. It smells really good. It's not quite open, but they're cooking in there. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4 snowballs in his left paw, and then he's got one there ready to rock in his right. And I say ready to rock. Yeah, Happy Days. Also, someone else has been here. Walking on this snow, trying not to slip. He's got, oh, the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, and one in his right paw. Polar bears. Who knew? Also, look at this. Cabin fever. Oh gosh. What's that? It's a liquor store. Spirits of the South, Cabin Fever. I wonder if they're a fan of the horror film Cabin Fever. Like I am. Also, right next to Blonde's Beauty Bar. You got Blonde's Beauty Bar, you got BP, you got Cabin Fever, and you got Happy Days Dairy Bar. The neon sign, you can see it better on this side. And then up there, you can see the trucks moving. That's Interstate 55. We are just off the interstate. And welcome to the Lewis Ranch. As in Jerry Lee Lewis. The gates are locked, and right there is the home of Jerry Lee Lewis, rock and roll legend. Yesterday we were at Sun Records, Sun Studio. That's where Jerry got his debut. Sam Phillips, also Elvis Presley, of course, B.B. King, Johnny Cash. Sam lived here south of Memphis in Mississippi. Now you can take a tour here, but you have to call. It's appointment only. The gate's over there. Someday I wish to come back and take the tour. I did the Graceland tour yesterday, so I'm going to save that for another time. But I just wanted to come by here because we were literally passing right by it. Great Balls of Fire. Big fan of Jerry Lee Lewis. That's cool. You can see his home. I'm parked right here on this like construction lot. There's not a lot of room to pull off to see. Back here at the gate, it looks like no one's pulled into that driveway in quite some time. So maybe they're not open. It says tours daily. Call that number. Pretty wild they have the piano there. Someday I'll come back. Someday. And now we come to the small town of Corinth, Mississippi. Very picturesque. Fillmore and Waldron Street. I'm actually heading down Waldron Street just a little bit down to, I think to the left, maybe to the right. It's all part of the fun. There's a couple things I want to see here in Corinth. There's a lot of history with this town, specifically Civil War history. The Battle of Shiloh in Tennessee, just several miles north of here. Love me some Civil War history. Okay, so the oldest general store in Mississippi is right down here. Furthering down Waldron, this building here on the corner is the Alcorn Chancery building. It looks like it's just an office building today. I wonder who that was. Alcorn Chancery. It's a cool name. And around the courthouse building, or here on Waldron, a little further down, there's a chain link fence all the way around. It looks like they're doing some reconstruction. And against this building, there is a map of historic Corinth. We are right here, Waldron. And Waldron's, or actually Mississippi's very first drugstore is actually on this block. It's actually, I think it's this building actually. Just got to take the corner. Mississippi's first drugstore. Borum's Drugstore. And it looks like it's open. It might be some sort of an eatery. All right, hello Americana. This place is a gym. Classic diner. We got a bar. We got the black and white checkered floors. We got all kinds of relics in the old general store cases over here. This place smells great. Worm's Drugstore and Soda Fountain. It's an old-fashioned soda fountain. Looks like they have all kinds of stuff, not just soda. I see a BLT right there. That might be calling my name. And part of the reason I'm here in Corinth is because Corinth is home of Mississippi's Coca-Cola. Yeah, much ahead. A little brief history here, just to sum it up for you. Dr. Jackson Borum was in a northern prison locally, and he got out of the army, and in 1865 he opened a drugstore. Now this is not the original building. It looks like the original building was somewhere on 4th Street, but this is the oldest continuous family-owned drugstore in the state of Mississippi. It's an old-fashioned Americana diner. This place is awesome. And here's the soda fountain in the bar. Classic. So they are cash or check only. I do not have any cash on me, unfortunately. There's a ton of local history to be found all over the walls here of the drugstore. Also, there's a lot of Civil War stuff on the walls. Looks like I'm the first one to sign the guest book there. That was really neato in there. 1865. Now, not the original location, but that building's pretty old. It's been there for over 100 years. I wish I had cash on me. I'll have to come back sometime. I will be back into the area. I have planned something else here in Corinth today, and we're gonna head there now. On the back side of this Dollar General, a nice mural. Welcome to historic Corinth, Mississippi. We're actually heading down this street right here, which is Foot Street. Straight ahead, you can see an archway right down there. I don't think you can make it out from here. We'll have to get closer. And I found this historical sign here as I'm heading down this street behind me. Site of the Provost Marshal's office. There's a picture here for you. A nice little scene. Provost Marshal. The Moss House, one of Corinth's popular hotels, stood across this intersection. So right there. Provost Marshal established headquarters in the building in 1862. Army officers who served as provost marshals had the responsibility for policing and maintaining order among both military and civilian occupants. So yeah, this was right here, Marshal's office. The hotel served as a hospital after the Battle of Shiloh and Corinth. Unlike many of Corinth's buildings, the Moss House survived the war and was later known as the Panel House, a city landmark for years. So there was a Civil War battle here, the Battle of Corinth. That car look familiar? And there is the sign I was talking about. No, not this one. Race headquarters, Coke 10K, established 1982. And right here, before the Corinth Bottling Group, Coca-Cola Bottling Group, this whole facility out here is all Coke. That is the finish line of the Coke 10K. This is exciting. There is also a Coke museum on these grounds, and that's the main reason I came to Corinth. I came for the Coke. This is an awesome photo right here. You got the Coke mural on the wall over here, Coke on the ground, Coke in the sky, and the bottling factory is right over there to the right. There's something over here that looks really cool, but I think this right here might be the museum. That's why we're here. Welcome to the channel. Let's explore together. We shall find out. Much ahead. I gotta say it all here. Check out the flag flying here. That's really neat. Coca-Cola. Oh man, I'm a huge fan of Coke. A cola. And of course there's a Coke machine tucked away. Look at that. Right there. And again, I have no cash. Man, make sure to bring cash to Roadside America. Always bring cash. You never know when you might need to refresh yourself. This is neat because there is actually a bicycle pump up here. Like a station. They got a bike hanging to show you. I've seen these in parks. But yeah, there's a bunch of tools on here. Also a little pump. Oh, it says welcome. A little sign there. And also there's a place for your doggy to get... Ooh, there's treats in there. All the dogs watching or listening heard treats. There's doggy treats in there. They've got the Coke 10K hydration station going on for you. That's what's going on. Really nice. So they must start and end right here, if I had to guess. There's even a shower here. Welcome, race fans. Coke 10K. I don't want to pull that lever. Oh man, that'd be cold. And here's the Corinth Coca-Cola Bottling Group headquarters. It's a really nice building. So all the offices are right here, and in the back, right down that way, maybe we'll walk down there, is where they're doing all the bottling. It also says that they bottle Dr. Pepper here as well. And I believe this building right here is the Coke Museum and Visitor Center. I hope it's open. Yeah, I think I see an open sign right there on the door to the left. Check out the carved Coke bottle down there to the right. That's neat. Yeah, sign definitely says open right there. Jackpot. Okay, press button to notify. Alright, someone's coming to let me in. They're gonna let me into the museum. Might be the only one here today. It is Thursday afternoon. Also across the street in the bottling building over there, the headquarters, I see some memorabilia. Okay, I'm in. So to tell you first what transpired, the door communication device was not working. So a lady came from the office across the way and just simply opened the door for me. So I had this all to myself. Wow. Okay, this looks newer too. We got another soda fountain right here. This is amazing. And before we get started, by the door is a painting of this museum right here. I want to say this is newer. This is really cool. And we got a little history here of the area. Corinth, Mississippi Coca-Cola, established 1907. Got a portrait here and some history. A Coca-Cola bottling works of Corinth grew. A.K. Weaver traded his shares of other operations for sole ownership of Corinth business. By the summer of 1908, Coca-Cola Bottling Works of Corinth was managed completely by Mr. Weaver. And here is A.K. Weaver Sr., F. Brooks Walker, and A.K. Weaver Jr. And then down here is the great-grandson and the great-great-grandsons of A.K. Weaver, the Williams family. They still, family run, operate their great-grandfather's business. You got Sandy Williams, Lee Williams, Kenneth Williams, and Ken Williams. Slow school zone. All right, we're going to duck into there. We're going to take a peek behind these glass walls, though. It looks like this is like a centerpiece here. It's surrounded by glass. And then over here, oh yeah, there's an old car in here. Take the glare off for you. Yeah, look at that. Coca-Cola Bottling Works, Corinth, Mississippi. It says Old Refresher. This is one of the original Coke delivery trucks. That's fantastic. Here is a picture. I don't know if it's the same truck, but definitely the same model. It says Orville Harris, route salesman, driving it, 1930s. A route salesman's job is to convince the retailer to purchase more Coca-Cola and display it more prominently than its competitors. Along with other tasks, the salesman also stocks the display and promotes new Coca-Cola products. I believe there are still salesmen today. Here's one right here. Old Sandy. And he's got a cart full of bottles right by the truck. Check out those old bottles. It says 1929 International Speed Truck. That is the truck you're looking at. Every bottle. Coca-Cola sterilized. It's all sterilized. The glare sucks, sorry. There's all kinds of polished Coke signs on the wall. All kinds of neat history, local history. Here's the Coca-Cola Bottling Works building on Walden Street in 1942. Here it is in 1928. Here it is in 1909. And here is the current building that was built in 1964 on Washington Street, just across the way. I will also sign the guest book here. This is really nice. And it's free. It's absolutely free. Oh, wow, that startled me. Hey, man, what are you doing? Oh, so cool. There is some antique bottling equipment in here. A little demonstration. Check out this giant magnifying glass. Visual inspection. So that's how they would look at the bottles going down the line. I did not know that. That's cool. Would love to get into a modern Coke bottling factory to see what the process is like today compared to how it used to be. I did the Budweiser tour last year. That was fascinating. I'm sure there's a Coke factory we can tour. Maybe we can tour this one. I'm not so sure. This is really nice. World War II era advertisements. She's got a Coke. That's really cool. I would love to have that cardboard cutout. I do have a small Coke collection that I started when I was a kid. Maybe I'll share that stuff sometime. And there's the man I think of when I think of Coke. Santa Claus. I always left Santa Coke, not milk. And we got more Santa. Tons of Coke collectibles. Check out the old hats. Got the old trucks. I have a couple old Coke trucks. There's so much to see in this little case. Look at this guy. Kind of reminds me of Buddy Lee a little bit. Remember Buddy Lee? And in this room over here, vintage Coke coolers. Wow. Coke coolers and Coke vending machines. Look at this one. Man, that looks good. I could go for a Coke. Maybe I will go back to that soda fountain. And this window right here at this center room, to the left and to the right, they have vintage Coke glasses and they're neatly labeled, but this is all made of bottles. And they say New Albany on, okay, different bottling. There's Corinth right there. Jackson, Michigan. So they have the names on the bottom of the bottles of where they were filled. Here's one from Tennessee, Kentucky, Danville, Kentucky, Bedford, Indiana, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I wonder if Newcastle's in here. Evansville, Indiana. We could go all day here. Quincy, Illinois, Nashville, Arkansas, Trenton, Missouri, Greencastle, Indiana. Looking for Newcastle. I've been to Greencastle. Gary, Indiana. I think they have every town in Indiana but Newcastle. Logansport. Man, they killed us in football. All right, last but not least, Tupelo, Mississippi. Birthplace of Elvis and Adam the Woo. So Corinth is currently filling Dr. Pepper and Coca-Cola, and it looks at one time they were filling Orange Crush. Look at this bottle here. That's neat. I've never seen one like that. Here's an 1894 to 1900s Hutchinson bottle purchased by H.L. Sandy Williams Jr. from a conductor on train to Coca-Cola meeting in New Orleans. And here's another Hutchinson bottle here. So the original Coke bottle. Didn't even say Coke on it. And this is the 1900 straight-sided bottle. Had a sticker on it. 1900 to 1916, these two right here. And then it became, as we know today, a more modern Coke shape. The contour bottle, 1916 to 1923. 2005 to present. Aluminum bottle. I remember getting these in the 90s, stopping in Knightstown, Indiana to get what my mom called a little bitty Coke. Right there. Remember that, Mom? That place is still there. So they have these all locked up. I'm sure if it were the weekend and someone was in here, they would have them open. You could actually sit down here and get you a soda. It looks like an active soda fountain. That's cool. Yeah, I see some coolers back there with some Cokes in them. Here's a gem right here. This is a 1907 Coca-Cola serving tray. Nicely preserved. Also, I don't see a year for this one, but it's that same era there. Really old. And this is a look into the center display. All kinds of knickknacks in here. Coca-Cola. Man, this is so cool. This is a hidden gem. This place is awesome. Just gonna give you, I'm gonna let the camera roll a little bit, just so you can take the place in. Some more stuff over there. Also, there's a big garage door so they can open it up. I'm sure they opened it up for the Coke 10K. This would be a cool place to cool off. This might be the best look at the center room right here, this side door. Like these airplanes up here, made from Coke cans. I used to have one like that. Super nice bottling room. Place is a hidden gem. bunch of old signs up here. It's the real thing. Coke. The free Coca-Cola Museum of Mississippi. If you're coming through, especially on US 72, this is right off the road. Come check them out. Tell them Tampa J sent you. Sign the book. I don't know why I'm whispering. I hate goodbyes, but we entered that door and we exit this door. Check out the pajama pants up there. Thank you for visiting Coca-Cola Museum. We hope you enjoyed your journey. Sure did. I wonder who carved this. Great job. So cool. All right, I'm gonna walk down to see if we can look over at the factory, see how close we can get. And here at the corner of Childs and Washington, at the end of the building, it does say clearly right there, Coca-Cola Bottling Works and Dr. Pepper. And we've got some Coca-Cola semi-trucks out here at the corner of the property. Got the Corinth garbage pickup going on. Just to show you what's going on, this is just a big yard. See some of the loading docks of Coke right there. Yeah, it's pretty nice. I don't think they have any tours you can do, but maybe someday we can get inside a Coke bottling factory. Let me know if there's one out there that you can actually tour. Okay, so I just passed this window and I couldn't help but notice there's some really old Coke bottles in there. Oh, and an old truck. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Okay, that's amazing. There's some more over here. Oh, and there's a polar bear over there. It's a Coke bear. Okay. Yeah, just this random window I'm passing. Look at that old truck. That's so cool. What a find. All right, so this is the Coke 10K start line. Still on Foot Street. Funny, it's called Foot Street. And that is the finish line. So you do not start there. So you start here, you go 10K somehow. And it looks like you end right here. That's cool. And here on the east side of Corinth, I found an ATM. I'm gonna hit up this bank for cash, and then I'm gonna get my Coke. All right, back on foot. Check out this alley here. The power lines are running behind the buildings through the alley. Never seen that before. Huh, that's different. It's a good movie set, huh? Spooky movie. And we're back on Walden Street, headed to the oldest drugstore in Mississippi for some Coke. Coca-Cola. Welcome back to Borum's. Is it okay to sit here? Yeah. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I'll be right
I'm going to do a cherry Coke, old-fashioned cherry Coke. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, that looks great. Look at that, classic, old-fashioned soda fountain cherry Coke. All right, decisions. I am now hungry. Patty melt on rye, that sounds good. Philly cheesesteak, burgers, BLT, ribeye sandwich. That might be good. 3 chicken strips and fries, $6.75. Wow, this place is a steal. Got my straw. All this Coke talk made me very thirsty. Oh wow, that cherry is so good, so delicious. Every Coke I ever ordered tasted like that. You couldn't hold me back. And it's all covered up now, but back there in the corner is the old pharmacy. Also the old cash register, the old drugstore. They got the carbonation like taps right here. Here's some of the old shake machines back here. Here's all the trays. Not just toppings for the Coke, but for their ice cream, their sundaes, and their shakes. Delicious. I wonder if you get free refills here. Just noticed this old sign up here. Look at this. Swift Specials. Banana splits, 29 cents. Sundaes, 19. Sodas, 9 cents. Incredible. You'd go out of business today with those prices. Okay, this is cool. So this is the cornbread salad. It's more like, kind of like a taco salad. It's got the beans and cornbread in there. I hit the jackpot. Wow, pinto beans. Alright, first bite. Look at that. It smells great. I ate that so quick. That was really good, especially all mixed up together. All right, that was fantastic. So, got the old classic check here waiting in line to pay for my ticket. Sorry about that. Glad I went back and got cash. This place is a gem, man. I will be back. Give me a toothpick here. Classic. Got it. A Coca-Cola in the heart of Mississippi Coca-Cola country at the oldest drugstore, and also got me some good food. I was talking with one of the workers in there, and she said that they just got hit by that ice storm, that a ton of folks around here are either still without power or just got it back. And then right here, look at this. City shares debris cleanup plan. So a lot of this construction that I thought was construction is because of the storm. Here at the corner of Waldron and Taylor, you can see some of the damage right here. These limbs haven't been cleaned up. This is the Regions Bank. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I noticed a lot of limbs down. It makes sense. That ice storm was pretty gnarly. In the window of this store right here, you got Elvis on the t-shirt. Alcorn County Courthouse restoration. So they are restoring the courthouse. It says right here, Alcorn County Courthouse restoration has been funded with the assistance of Community Heritage Preservation Grant from the state of Mississippi. Looks like it will be going down. It's a really nice courthouse. And today, actually, I didn't mean to, but most of this video has taken place right here in Corinth, Mississippi. There's just so much to see here. We didn't even scratch the surface of the Civil War history here in Corinth, but we will be back for that, that's for sure. And here's an old Coca-Cola billboard on the south side of Corinth as I'm leaving town. You don't see too many like that anymore. Yeah, I've seen a ton of trees down. Look at this. It's all from the ice storm. All right, so I did a U-turn. Look at this. This power pole just crumbled and laying here. Winter storm aftermath. Look at this. I've seen, I don't know, thousands of trees like this for many miles. Yeah, that's terrible there. There's the new power pole. That is scary. The whole thing just looks so scary. I mean, look at all that. I think that was a house. Maybe a barn. Whatever it is, it's gone. And we come about 2 miles up from where we last left off from that damage. Welcome to Burnsville, Mississippi. There's something over here that caught my eye. Let's check it out. All right, there's the post office over there. Right here, this drainage, these ditches, these creeks form like an island. And out here on the island, wait till you see the front of that one. It's got power, it's flashing. Tim's Wrecker Service, Tim's Tire, right here. I'm guessing a man named by the last name of Tim, T-I-M-B-E, created all this. There's also a historic marker out there. As you can see, there's an old Chevy truck and a tow-mater. I did not know tow-mater was a Ford. Look at that. Man. We got the same smile, tow-mater. This is funny. This is so cool. This is what I saw and I did the U-turn for. Got the old Tim's Wrecker truck here, the Ford. And then over here, oh wait, the door's open. That's cool, we could climb on in there. And it says in the windshield, this is a 1932 Ford as seen in the Green Mile. What? No way. This is a screen-used truck from the Green Mile? Okay, that's amazing. I thought this was a Chevy from the distance, but it is a Ford. It's a Ford with its door open, and it's from the Green Mile. I'm trying to look up in the movie to see if I can find a still shot of it. Now, Michael Clark Duncan is in the back here. It's definitely a Ford. It looks very similar. It is green. I don't know. Maybe it was like in the background of the Green Mile. Maybe it's not one of the main trucks. Pretty awesome that it's in the movie and that it's just randomly sitting by the road, US 72 in North Mississippi, and that the door's open, like inviting you in there. I'm gonna have to rewatch The Green Mile, see if I can pinpoint this truck. And beside this old truck here, this old Ford truck, Pete Pyle, Mississippi Country Music Trail. Pete Pyle, vocalist, guitarist, songwriter, a native of Burnsville, played an important role in the development of modern country music. It goes on to say that he played at the Grand Ole Opry with father of bluegrass, Bill Monroe. Songs such as True Life Blues, Highway of Sorrow, and he appeared on the iconic Orange Blossom special. He was inducted into the Mississippi Country Music Hall of Fame in 2017. I've shown a lot of Tennessee music trail signs. This is my first Mississippi sign right here. Good old Pete Pyle from Burnsville. I think a Gomer Pyle. I parked next to Burnsville Discount Carpet. Check out the old Coke sign there. Can't escape the Coke. All right, update. I took a picture of that sign. I am just seeing there are photographs. That is the same photograph that I just showed you. So that is the truck that Michael Clark Duncan was on the back of it. I think they're insinuating that. So there you go. Sometimes the past just catches up with you, whether you like it or not. I'm tired, boss. Those are the only two Green Mile quotes I know. Awesome. What a cool find. I'm not from here, but I think the name of this town, its name written upon that water tower, Iuka. Or is the I silent? Is it Iuka? We'll play a game with it. How do you pronounce this? Iuka. If I had to guess, it's probably a Cherokee or a Creek name. If I had to guess. Let me know that too. Look at this old house here. Got hit by the storm, but I don't think anyone's home. That's an old home right there. And we have stopped in the Iuka. Check it out, old church right there. When I close my eyes and I think of a church, I think of one a lot like this one. So I have come to Iuka, I'm just gonna go with Iuka, because right over here they have the world's largest apron museum. And welcome to the world's largest apron museum. Could be the only one, but it does say it is the largest of its kind. I've never seen an apron museum. I think they actually make them here too. Sadly, I don't think it's open right now, but we can peek in the window. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, you can pretty much see the whole store. There are aprons hanging everywhere. Some hanging from the ceilings right there. Also, they have like a guest book there. Not going to be able to sign that. Looks more, yeah, it's an attraction. I'm sure there would be a lot of cool history about aprons, and I want to say caning. I see some chairs over there too. One of a kind experience inside is home to the Apron Museum, the only museum of public display of the common textile article in the world. This is the only apron museum. So yeah, technically it would be the largest apron museum, and it is a 501(c) company. That's really nice. Yeah, they have corn husk brooms in the window too, so it looks like they make and sell those as well. I see a lot of chairs in there. Check them out online. It looks like their website, I don't really see a website, but they're open pretty much 7 days a week by appointment. Here's the information here. Take a screenshot, make it last longer. And then also, there you go, it's on the door. They've got a Facebook too. Check out the Facebook. And there are quite a few shops right next to the Apron Museum. I see a nutritionist. I see a boutique. I see an old TV store. Murrah's TVs. I don't think it's open. So we left off over there on that street. That's where the Apron Museum is. I walked over here because I saw this mural, which I'm going to take a look at. We'll check that out. But out of the corner of my eyes, I was walking over here. Look at this. Welcome to Jay Bird Park. Check out these Blue Jays. Now, I've always said that, well, my dad always told me that when he passed away, he told my mom and I he'd come back as a Blue Jay. His name was Jay too. I almost missed this. This is really neat. I've never seen a Blue Jay Park. Jaybird Park. They've got a gazebo in the middle of Jaybird Park. A lot of parking over here. A lot of sidewalks. You can really see the age of this town right here with this old brick wall. Look back the other way. Check out that old jewelry store sign. Moore's Jewelers. I had a hard time pronouncing the word jewelry when I was a kid. I could not do it. I can barely do it. Jaybird Park. Backwards it looks like crap drib yaj. Crap drib yaj. I can entertain myself. Sounds like Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. No, I think that's just Neil Young. Big fan. This is a cool mural. So, some Civil War history again. General Grant, General Rosecrans, General Price, General Little, 1862 to 2012, Battle of Iuka. It could be Luca. I don't know. Okay, there is another battle here. Did not know that. Old Courthouse Museum, Mineral Springs Park, and Mineral Springs Hotel. Okay, back in the car, I decided to go check out this Civil War battlefield. It's just 2 miles south of downtown. This is a really neat town. Look at these old buildings. They're in good shape too. Over the railroad tracks. Passing by the Old Courthouse Museum. Civil War Interpretive Center. I'm sure there's a lot of cool history we could see in there. I'm gonna make note of it. So here on this street, I've noticed a couple homes that are historical. Right here it says on this sign, Walnut Port, circa 1837. So as that battle was going on, this house was sitting here. It's in good shape for how old it is. You can definitely tell it's old. Walnut Port. And welcome to the battlefield of Iuka. Okay, right. This is not what I was expecting either. He saw the camera. All right, so once was right here. You can still see a little bit of the pole. Looks like maybe a truck took it out. A lot like that one just passed. Up there is US 72. This is Mississippi 25. I have a picture of what was once here. It was a historic sign. Oh, that sucks. I hope they put it back. But I wasn't expecting this battlefield to be among this highway here. There's a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, and a Jack's across the street. And up the hill here, there's a hotel just kind of parked on the side of the road. And I found an image on Google of the former sign that used to sit here, Battle of Iuka, bloody clash of September 19th, 1862, resulted from attempt of General William Rosecrans, USA, to expel General Sterling Price, CSA, from northeast Mississippi. In 2 hours, 1/3 of men engaged were casualties. So it was a really bloody battle right here. And I pulled up a map of the Iuka battle. Iuka's just northeast of here. Here you go, just to show you what's going on. Present day US 72 is going right through here. This is Highway 25. So yeah, the battle was all around us right here. More so that way. That's why they placed that historic marker here. No longer here. Love me some Civil War history. Look forward to tracking down more history here in Iuka and beyond. I never thought it would end beside the highway here in northeast Mississippi in a town called Iuka. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to hit the road pretty much from here on out. I'm going to drive straight through back home to East Tennessee. I will be back making videos just like this very shortly. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, subscribe below, let me know what your favorite part was, and please let me know if I missed anything, if I mispronounced anything. Let me know if you've ever been to where I've been. I love that. I love reading your comments. So thank you so much for always doing that. And yeah, please know that you're awesome, that you're loved, and no matter who you are, and no matter what you're going through, just know that there's always much ahead. It's not just a statement, it's a way of life. The sun came out there. I hope this area heals. They had a lot of damage. Hope they bounce back pretty quick. Hope everyone made it out safe. All right, guys. See you next time. Taking care of business. With Old Glory flying in the golden arches. Ain't that America? All right, see you later. Bye-bye. I don't know where I was going with that.